Do you feel like running out of content is ever going to be?
Never. I'll never run out of content, like just all day. Every single customer is a different experience. And the next time that person comes in, it's a different experience. It's wild. I wear the shirt that says, I'm not Phil. I got this guy that comes in. Hey, Phil, how are you? I'm like, good. He goes, hey, Phil, can I get a regular size? Yeah, sure. I put it in the oven. How's it going, Phil? Good. Hey, Phil, can I get a soda? Yeah, sure. What size? Yeah, give me a large, Phil. This guy calls me Phil 18 times every time he comes in. It's the most unbelievable thing. You can't believe it. It's just, I want to make a video about this guy. You know, it's just wild.
Anthony from Phil's Pizza in Syosset is here today. Welcome,
only
Anthony.
In Syosset.
Only in Syosset. And I'm not Phil. He has his shirt on. So
thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Anthony, maybe we could start by just talk about coming into the business, maybe even before Phil's, if there's any sort of background that led to where you are today.
Yeah, you know, I basically started on like a coffee truck route. They used to call them roach coaches, and I did that for like 2 or 3 years. And
here on Long Island?
On Long Island in Great Neck. Yeah, it was good. It was like my prelude to the business. And I met a guy on my route that owned a pizzeria in Great Neck that I used to buy pizza from.
Okay.
His son ran it for him. Very nice family. We're still very good friends.
And you would buy the pizza to sell it on the truck?
Like resell it.
You would bring it to the construction workers?
I would have it in the oven, sell it by the slice, and it looked like a great business. I'm like, wow, this looks great, you know? So then I was telling my wife.
No experience in pizza?
Zero experience.
How old are you at this point?
25.
Okay.
24. So I remember I was at a Knick game with my wife, and we met some guy there that was actually on my route. I used to buy egg sandwiches from him. My age, you know, young guy. So I was telling my wife, we weren't even engaged at the time. I was like, oh, you see that guy we just talked to? I said, he owns a deli on my route. I said, well, no, the guy's so lucky. She's like, why is he lucky? I'm like, I don't know, how did he get that business? Like, you know, the guy's got a great business. I'm like, I'm always wanted to own my own business. I wanted to have a restaurant. She's like, so why can't you do that? I'm like, I don't know, how am I going to start? So she goes, you know, my dad's in the butcher business and he knows a lot of guys in the pizzerias because he used to supply them. Maybe he can introduce you to somebody. So she spoke to him and he introduced me to somebody, and I met the guy. He was a very nice guy. And he's like, listen, he goes, you can come here as often as you want or as little as you want. He's like, I'm not going to pay you. I'll teach you the business, and whatever you learn, you learn. Whatever you don't learn, you don't learn. So my only day off was Saturday from the route. I went there every single Saturday for about a year. I remember I missed one Saturday because my girlfriend at the time, she had to go to the hospital. She thought she broke her, her appendix burst. I felt so bad to call him and tell him I couldn't come. I'm like, oh, this guy's probably going to think I'm, jerking his chain or whatever. So I ended up going back the following week and then, continued going. And I heard of a place that was for sale. I spoke to him about it. He came to look at it with me. I bought it, kept it for 6 years. Me and my brother-in-law were partners at the time.
This is not Phil's.
No, another place
today.
In Queens,
Okay.
yeah. It was called High Class Pizza. Me and my brother-in-law bought it. And, after like 6 years, we were looking for something else to do because our families were growing. When we first became partners, we had no kids. Now we're both married. I had 2 kids. He had 1. So
it wasn't enough to support both.
It wouldn't have been enough moving forward, like if our families were to grow further than they were. And, so the guy that taught me the business calls me up on a Saturday. It was like so crazy. We're talking because we kept in touch. And he's like, me and my brother are buying another place in Syosset. It used to be it used to be Umberto's in New Hyde Park. Then it changed owners to Mama Sabaros. He goes, we're looking to buy it. I said, oh, wow. He goes, yeah, the only thing is it's a big store. There's 2 of us. We don't know if we want to spread ourselves so thin. We have another store in Massapequa. He's like, we're looking for somebody. I was like, well, if you're looking for somebody, I'm your guy. So he's like, you would leave your brother-in-law? I said, yeah, it's a stepping stone. We have to move forward and, do what we have to do for our families. So I spoke to my brother-in-law. He bought me out within like a couple of weeks. And then I went partners with these 2 guys in Syosset, and, it was just great, Then after 10 years, one partner left. 5 years after that, one of the other partners left. So now I've been on my own now for about little over 4 years.
That was in 2006?
That was in 2006, yeah.
Okay.
But it was a crazy move. Like, I look back at it and I'm like, wow, like, it was a ballsy move because I had 2 kids. I had a mortgage. I had a business that was successful. And then my wife became pregnant just as I was being bought out of that location. I was literally going to the unknown. Like, I had no idea if I was going to make a nickel or if I was going to make $10,000 a week. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I had a great deal with the landlord that I had writer's first refusal on the property. And it was in Queens on Jamaica Avenue. So I had the store, 2 apartments above. That's your retirement right there.
Yeah. Where in Queens was that?
On Jericho, between 246th and 247th,
Okay.
like Belrose area, right before the Cross Island.
Yep.
It was a sweet deal. I mean, that's your retirement, collecting
rent.
rent. And I walked away and didn't even look back.
Where were you living?
Same place, Massapequa,
Okay.
yeah.
So you had a little bit of a commute to Queens.
Yeah, a little bit. This is definitely a closer commute.
Sure.
But I still can't believe I did it, really. It's just ballsy.
How vital was it when you were trying to learn the business, like the guy was teaching you everything, just making pizza or even behind the scenes?
He kept me in the kitchen for like a year. I used to get so pissed off because I'm like, when's this guy going to teach me how to make pizza? And my father-in-law used to tell me all the time, he's like, when's he going to teach you how to make pizza? When's he going to teach you? You got to learn how to make pizza. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's got me in the back scrubbing pans. I feel like I'm his slave almost, like,
It's like the Karate Kid.
But let me tell you, I learned so much back there.
Like painting the fence.
Oh my God. We're still very good friends, very good. We went out to dinner like 2 weeks ago. But I learned so much working in that kitchen for the whole year. And then finally, like when I found a place, he brought me in the front and I worked in the front. Still didn't teach me how to make pizza. I would play with the dough when he wasn't there. Believe it or not, I bought my first pizzeria without knowing exactly how to make a pizza. And the owner was like a real crazy Italian guy that was so specific about the way his pizza was made. I mean, it came down to the wire, like almost the last day, the day before, like he was like ready to back out of the deal.
Wow.
And because he was scared that the place was going to go downhill. He had a name in the neighborhood, all this nonsense. So I remember we went to the closing. We went back to the store. He stayed with us a month. He's like, yeah, make a pizza for me. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this guy's going to ask me to make a pizza. I made a pizza right there. I did it.
How'd it come out?
It came out great.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say he was mad or anything like that. I mean, it was my store at the time, but
right.
He didn't say anything.
So is that where the Phil's name came about? Like, I guess walk us through.
So the Phil's name came from the original Phil's in Massapequa that my partner at the time had. And when we opened up Syosset, we were struggling for a name. And he goes, listen, the name Phil's has some balls because, we're a big store. They used to have another one on Sunrise Highway, not too far. Let's name it the same name because people that live in Syosset work in Massapequa. There's name recognition there.
Worked for Gino's.
Yeah. I mean, the name's got a little more balls now because of me, because of what I did. But so we kept it the name. So, that's why it's called. There's nobody named Phil. My partners at the time was George and Lou.
Okay.
So there was never a Phil. They bought it from the second guy that bought it from Phil.
Do customers that come in understand the shirt? I'm not Phil. I mean, at this point,
all day. I mean, they still call me Phil, and they still think I'm Phil. They think it's like a joke. I'm not. I just started wearing the shirt. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me get a shirt that says I'm not Phil.
And in the store, there's another Anthony, right?
There's 2 other Anthonys. My son Anthony, who's there full time. He's 22, and then the other Anthony's there also.
Gotcha. He's been with you a while.
He's been with me about 4 years.
Okay.
But I've known him for like 25.
Okay.
He worked for another pizzeria, and he was looking to jump ship. He was there for like 20 years. So I grabbed him right away because I knew he was a good worker. I mean, I need him. He's like my right hand.
Right.
My son is my left hand.
Got it. How vital, and is your wife involved in the business?
Yeah, she's very involved. Yeah. She's the hostess on Friday, Saturday. She does the phones during the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She's very, she changes all the prices in the computer on the POS system. She does the menus.
Yeah.
She does the decorating, seasonal stuff for the holidays and whatnot. Very involved. Scheduling.
Does she have I'm not married to Phil?
I want to get that shirt for her. I gotta get her.
Coming soon?
She's not like a joker like me. She'll do it, though. She'll do it.
Yeah. How about your son, you foresee? Is he next generation?
I don't know. I mean, I'm first generation in this business. Like, people probably think my father handed it to me. Like, you know how people think.
Sure.
They just assume, oh, he's probably got the father that gave it to him. His father's probably got another place somewhere else. But I'm first generation, and he would be second generation. So, I mean, listen, it's every dad's dream, I would think, for the son to continue in his legacy. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. But I don't know. Some days I see him like he wants to. Other days he's like, yeah. Like yesterday was a bad day for him. He got a little stressed out. So.
But what's funny, you bring up the fact that you were given an opportunity to come in whenever you want, every day if you wanted to, and not get paid. Yeah. Like that theory today.
No, nobody would ever do that.
I mean, you get sued probably.
Oh yeah,
right.
But like,
did he ever even try to pay, or he just pretty much said, no, this is the deal? You know what?
I'll be honest with you. He gave me a catering order once. Like, my sister was graduating high school or college at the time. It was high school, and my parents wanted to place a catering order, so they got it from him, and he didn't take the money from me. I mean, that was a nice gesture.
Nice gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably still owes you.
I mean, when you think about it, the guy didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He didn't know if I was going to open a place across the street from him. You know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know somebody till you know them.
Your son, does he go to school as well?
My son went to college for like 3 years. He took a year off, and I'm hoping he doesn't go back because, like I said,
he's one of your guys.
He's one of my guys. Like, I'm doing all this social media stuff now, and he's there working, and I'm doing all this other stuff. So without him, I don't have the time to do that stuff.
Right.
Or I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for him either.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 boys.
4. Anyone else have any interest or work there in any capacity?
My oldest son's there full time. My second son is there part time as like a waiter, food runner. He does the phones. My third son was there. He knows how to do everything, but he's working for the town right now. He's not really interested yet. I don't know. And then my last son, he's 17. He's a busboy on the weekends. He's a great worker.
He's going to graduate high school?
He's graduating high school this year, yeah.
Very nice.
But I'm hoping, because like I got this nice business, like what are you going to do with it? You know, you got to just sell it and then what?
You have any plans for future expansion? More locations or
I'll be honest with you,
facets?
For 15 years that I was by myself with my partners, I had 2 partners for 10 years. They were brothers. One partner for 5 years without the other one. But I hated the business so much while I was with these guys because they were older than me. Like the one guy's like 10 years older than me, and the other guy's like 15 years older than me. They were jaded. They've been around a long time. It wasn't like it was in the 80s. I used to hear all the time, this business sucks and this and that. And it made me that way. And I had no reason to be that way because it was giving me everything in my life that I had.
Yeah.
Not that I'm living in Brookville or driving a Ferrari,
Sure.
but whatever I had was because of this place. And then once my last partner left 4 years ago was when I finally realized, like, I really had a moment when I was like, wow, I'm like, this place is all mine now. And everything that I do positive to this place is going to benefit me.
Return back.
So why would I hate this place? And then it was like, in a moment of time, I just started like loving it. It was just the most unbelievable. I had like an epiphany. And, and I saw my son at the age of like 16, 17 working with me, my oldest son, like starting to get angry at the same things I was getting angry at 45 years old. I'm like, oh my God, when this kid becomes my age, he's going to be a tyrant. Like I'm really not doing justice for my children if I'm going to act this way and complain about the business.
Right.
That was even more of a reason for me to love the business. And I even told my oldest son, I'm like, if you ever want to take over this business eventually, I'm never retiring. I'll always be here for you no matter what. You'll never be by yourself like I have been. And you're never, ever going to have to work as hard as I did because I'm always going to be here for you. And even if I do semi-retire 10 years from now and I'm home and somebody calls in sick, I'm just going to get in my car and come here and help you. I'm never going to...
just ingrained with you to work that way.
Yeah, that's it. My father's 72 years old. My father's been in the car business his whole life. He still works. He works like 50, 60 hours a week. The guy loves it.
Here in Long Island?
Yeah. He just loves working, and I do too.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, and certainly can appreciate the positiveness, but we've had other guests to say this business will just take your soul.
If you allow it to.
If you allow it to. And,
you got to be stronger than that.
You've managed a balance with your wife, your
You
sons.
have to have a family that understands the business. Like your wife has to understand. Like my wife comes from a hardworking family. Like she saw her dad working 12 hours a day. I mean, you have to have been you can't just marry a girl and she thinks, you're going to be home all the time and take her shopping and this and that if you're going to be in the restaurant business. It's just not happening. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work. You have to have been brought up a different way.
Right.
And I think that's what works for me.
Very nice.
It's being, it's like any business. It's being able to evolve with the times. Like you said, the guys that were in the 80s, there was a way of running a pizzeria in the 80s that's very different than it is now.
And those guys are still around, but and they're struggling right now.
They are, because it's like any other business. It's like you get to ask, Blockbuster, how are you doing in the 90s? And they're not in existence today, and they made fun of Netflix.
Yeah.
The same thing applies with every business. Yes. We talk about it with ours, is that, the people that are like, this is the way we used to run a payroll company in 1990. I'm like, well, good luck, because you're not going to be around.
Yeah, you're always changing.
You got to be willing to evolve a little, and I think specifically you're a testament to that, because rolling into the social media part of it, I mean,
which is wild. It's absolutely
exploded.
Wild.
Your brand, and I think like Mike said, is that it's giving you potential to be like, hey, I'm getting a following now that Phil's could expand pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
like I built the brand,
maintain
like
a name, brand that
before
2 years ago, Phil's was just another
it was just another pizzeria, exactly.
Yeah.
And I look back at when I first started in this business, I'm not going to say their names, but I would say there's about 3 monster pizzerias that are out here on Long Island, and those were the places. That's all you heard about was this guy, and this guy. The 3 places they were huge monsters in the industry. And now,
not because of social media. No, they were just that big.
They were just that big. Yeah. They had 2, 3, 4, 5 places each, and whatever. Now you hear nothing about those guys, because now those are the guys that started these businesses in the late 70s, early 80s, and they didn't take that leap to social media. And now you don't hear nothing about these people. Now you hear about me, you hear about this guy. The people that are popular on social media, those are the people that you hear about, and that's where the people go. Everybody wants to be part of the madness.
Yeah,
trust me.
It. And it's different. It's evolving different ways. It's also aesthetics, right? You had the pizzeria that had the old style bench, and the tablecloth, the red and white checker, and then it went to becoming more of like a restaurant feel to
pizzeria,
it. And,
restaurant.
So it's, you got to evolve.
Yeah. And these
whether
guys that
it's
I'm talking
social
about,
media or just how do people want? I want a pizzeria that I feel like I'm not going to get some kind of disease by what how it looks. So
you don't want to have a meatball palm here from a place that the meatballs have been sitting around all day. You want to get them from a place that's busy and they're moving, But these places, like those 3 places, like they just didn't move with the times. I see them a little bit. They're trying, but I think it's too late for them.
Yeah,
and likely they're still going to be here because they still have quality. But
and listen, they wrote the book on. I'll be the first one to say it. They wrote the book on making a pizzeria or a pizzeria restaurant.
Yeah,
and then they made it a pizzeria restaurant with a bar. Like they wrote the book on it. You can't take that away from them.
Yeah,
and their stuff's great, but I don't think they're using social media to their full advantage.
What really propelled you on the social media side? I mean, you make fun of situations that you see day in and day out, and
yes,
I could say even personally, I get such a kick out of it, because I can only just imagine, when someone comes in, like scratching your head, like, did they really just ask for that? So what sparked it to go, hey, let's just start making fun of the stuff that happened, and there must be some people out there, and then meanwhile they're the people that are asking these crazy questions, right?
Yes. And the thing that really sparked me to do the first video was since the day I started in this business 25, 26, 27 years ago, I'm like, this industry needs a reality show, because people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You just don't know. You have no idea. And that goes for any business. Your business, I don't know what goes on. There's things that you hang up the phone, I'm sure, and you laugh. You guys laugh to each other.
Yeah.
But this is just such a huge industry. Like payroll industry, I'm sure is huge, but it's nowhere near as huge as the restaurant industry. And people go out to dinner and they experience restaurants. So I say, you know what? Let me just try a video and just expose one thing. And the freaking video went nuts. I couldn't believe it. A lot of hate.
What was the first video that you did?
It was a customer ordering a slice of pizza, and me taking it out of the oven and putting it in a bag, and the guy says, hey, that slice was to go. I said, I know. Did you say that when you ordered it? He goes, yeah. So, well, this isn't your fucking slice. Go sit back down. I'll tell you when yours is ready. Which is what happens a lot, and that's how you want to answer to these people.
Right.
And then I just propelled, I was like, you know what? Let me do a follow-up video, which is what I did. saying like, hey, I'm not really like that. Let me tell you why I did this. I just want to do this, this, and that. And that video didn't do not even 10% of the first video. So I said, you know what, let me do a third video, doing it the same way I did it the first time, like making fun of a customer. And I did. It was like viral. All right, let me do a fourth video, viral, fifth, viral. Like, you go on my page, and I'm not just saying it because it's me. It's video after video, 500,000, 48 million, 3.6 million, 10 million, 700. It's just the most insane thing. It's like a cult-like following.
Can you even believe it?
No.
Crazy, right?
It's just sick. It's absolutely sick.
I don't know if this is a silly question, but I'll ask it. Has the social media, like, what is it like for your staff? Like, do they get a kick out of it? Is there buy-in? Is that changing any dynamic that you would never imagine?
You know, certain guys understand what I'm doing. You know, the guys in the kitchen, I think they get it. But, you know, I don't think they get it as much as the guys in the front. But yeah, they understand what's going on. And they see everybody sees the uptick. Like, people coming in, they want to take pictures with me, autographs. And you know, it's just nuts. And collaborations.
I guess if the store is busier, somebody that's logical, which is questionable for a lot of people, may go, this is great because it's giving me job security.
Yeah, don't you want to work somewhere where the guy can pay you?
Where it's busy, it's fun, who's coming in and stopping in, and you know, we'll get into it, but I know you do a lot of, you know, give back to the community. So but that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. It's
it
just
really
unbelievable.
Is just, I guess, the way of the world, you know. And
I just can't believe it. There's times when people call me and I'm, oh my God, I'm in Canada. I love you. It's lunchtime. It's busy, and I want to spend the time on the phone with these people. Believe me. And I'm not.
The other line's ringing.
And I'm not telling them I got to go. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and I am. I'm grateful, and I'm humble that all this stuff is going on. And it's just like, it's nuts. Oh my God, you're the Don of you're the social media Don of Long Island is what I've been called lately.
You're gonna get the Cake Don mad for something.
I love the Cake Don.
That's how we connected.
He's the realest guy that I've ever met. He really is.
But like he brought up, I think, on the show of saying he watched your videos and he was like, I thought that guy was an asshole.
He was one of those guys that didn't understand at the moment when he met me.
Do people struggle with that? Of like,
I see people walking in on eggshells sometimes. I do.
Because do they think they're going to be the mocking?
Yeah, and I do get people like, oh, wow, you didn't yell at me? I came here to get yelled at. I'm like, no, I'm not going to yell at you.
Walk back out, like, come back in, and I'll come up with something.
That's just a shtick. That's just like, you know, something that I do. Yeah, it's just something that I do. You know.
No pizza for you.
Yeah. But now I got like a whole crew of guys now that they come like once a week, and they stay for like 2-3 hours. I write all the content down as it happens with the customers. I got a little notepad, which is what I've always done. I write all the instances down, and sometimes I'm like I forget. I'm like, oh, because I leave like a little note, and I'm like, what was that video about? And I forget. Like I can't even remember, even though I'm writing it. So they come, and I go through my list of stuff, and we bang out all these videos. They do the editing, they do the posting, they answer DMs. It's just it's like a PR group. It just got too tremendous for me. And I think I'm on the cusp of like something amazing. Like I really, really feel inside like I'm on the cusp of something incredible, and I need like that extra help for me to get there. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I don't want to be a celebrity.
Something more social.
I don't know. Like maybe someone's going to ask me to do a cameo or something. Like, and I just feel like I need this extra help in order to do this, you know? And I think it's going to work. Because I've only had them a couple of weeks, and a lot of people have been reaching out to me, and and I just send them their number. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, deal with this guy. You know, he's going to help you. And they've been doing stuff like that for me, and it's working out so far. I got a call today from, I was telling you before.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up.
I got a call today from a newspaper, a huge newspaper in New York. Well, we'll say their name after it happens, hopefully. And they've been following me. They love everything, and they want to interview me on Friday. So, you know, we'll see. I'm very excited.
That's awesome. I mean, it certainly breaks the monotony of that may have been felt prior of just like, you know, and not to take away from your craft. And same thing, you know, sometimes you're like, oh man, but you know, even here, like, you know, the podcast is just, it's exciting because we get to learn and meet individuals that have stories that, you know, we're trying to take out to the masses. So, and I guess you feel like that. Like
I mean, it can only make you a better person, and you a better person by listening to people. Like, I'm sure it motivates you in some aspects of your life to do different, it's great.
Yeah, and for the most part, everyone sits in that chair and they own a restaurant, a pizzeria, whatever, and, the stories are somewhat the same, but they're so different, right?
Yeah.
How they outlook, like what's their outlook on social media, growing up in the business, where they're at currently, expansion, so you get like the full, idea of really like where do they sit,
you're getting from all four corners, you're hearing everything.
It's a great experience, and I think we've even gotten the feedback from listeners. It's like these are just great interviews, interesting. Because we said, and we meet with restaurateurs all the time through work, and I said, these stories are awesome.
Yeah,
I like meeting new people when we go out and meet with them, because it's like just interacting with them, sitting in a booth or a table at their restaurant, and they start, telling their story, and
it's good to listen. I mean, that's how you learn. You learn with your eyes and your ears. These hands are just there. This is that's how you learn from listening to people, watching people.
Anthony, do you think or have seen? I always say the words younger generation because I just assume like they're getting started in the workforce. That others say, hey, I've been thinking about the same thing. I like working with in food and this and that. Have they come to you and asked to be the apprentice in some capacity or not yet?
No, nobody.
Not yet.
No,
gotcha.
Not at all.
Obviously the hope is family takes over your own business, but I guess time
either
will
that
tell.
or I'm going to die there.
No one's approached you at saying, I'll come here every Saturday for free.
No, never. No, I don't know if I'm one of a kind. I'm sure there's people out there that are hungry, but it's
just hasn't happened.
It's nice
yet.
to teach people your trade also. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Probably likely more intrigued by, I want to do what he's doing with social media.
Yeah, a lot of people do actually come in and ask me
that's easy too,
for like advice and stuff like that. Yeah. And I have nothing to hide. There kind of is a trick to social media. You kind of got to like get on that algorithm, and you have to post at certain times of the day. You have to think like a person. So I think Monday is the worst day to post on social media. But if you do post, you got to post at like 2:00. And the reason why I say that is because most people work Monday through Friday. You have the weekend off. You go to work Monday, 9:00 in the morning. That's your day to get the work done. The boss is looking at you. You can't take your phone out until maybe after lunch. So if you post at like 9, 10, even 11 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to get no views because everybody that has a phone is working their hardest because it's Monday. Then after lunch, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, most of the work is done. That's when people are kind of like, all right, I got 3 more hours to go. Let me take out my phone, see how my kids are doing. And before you know it, they trip on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, and they're scrolling for 20 minutes. That's how you got to think like what people are doing at that moment.
Were you taught that?
No. I just learned
You figured it out.
I didn't have a teacher.
Okay.
I started this all by myself, social media.
But the other key, I think, to social media is being authentic, right? So many people are out there going, and there's probably people that come in there and they go, they struggled for 1,000 views, and you're getting millions, and they're like, well, what's the trick? And the trick is providing something that no one else is,
and then not being raw.
Yeah,
that's what I could tell these people that are doing. Now, I wouldn't say trying to do videos like me. People that are doing videos like me, I don't think they're raw. I think they're watching my videos and they're trying to duplicate the same video, which is cool. Like, listen, I didn't invent the chicken palm.
Sure.
I didn't invent spaghetti with meatballs. I'm selling it. Everybody's selling it.
Got your version.
I'm flattered that these people are like copying me, but it's not as raw as I do it. And it's not like authentic. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't know.
You could see it. It's like, the imitation is great.
Yeah.
And it's flattering to some extent, because you see people doing it. Like I was talking to Mike yesterday, his son is doing videos now of like hitting golf balls over the house, like Bryson DeChambeau was doing at his house, which is also a kid, which is, I give him a lot of credit. He's trying it. He's copying. He's into golf. He's doing things that social media opened his eyes to an interest of golf, to social media, video editing. He's doing stuff for us now.
But listen, if I could give his son any advice, I would tell him to break a window with the golf.
I was just going to say,
swear to God.
It has
use
cost
real
me
golf balls.
break a window and videotape it.
He's using the
foam,
the
plastic
balls. Oh, you got to use the real one.
Yeah.
My wife's going to love hearing that when she hears the episode.
Yeah, that's it. Like there was a guy that wanted to do a collaboration with me, And I spoke to his social media people, and he's in the building business. You know, he builds commercial buildings, houses, stuff like that. And he was in the area one day. He came in for lunch. I'm like, oh, what are you doing over here? He's like, oh, I'm building a house local. So I called up his social media manager. I'm like, oh, he wanted to do a video with me. I'm like, why don't you get in my car, videotape me driving to this house as if it's my house. And I say, hey, listen, you know, I'm talking, I can't wait to see my house. They put the new windows in. I pull up to the house, they're the wrong windows. This guy's got to have like 100 dummy windows that he got screwed on, or he has extra. I'm like, and I take it, I say, hey, buddy, give me a hammer. These are the wrong windows. Boom. And I throw the hammer through the window. I'm like, that's content.
Right.
Not coming here and like talking about food and what you do. I'm like, that's freaking content. That's what people want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Meatball through.
Yeah. I think the hammer.
Are you going to do it?
I want them to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We talk once in a while. He's a great guy, but you got to do the shock value. Look,
Right.
It's Howard Stern. Think about Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Why did Howard Stern become so popular? He did something nobody else is doing.
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
He cursed. He did this. He did that. Is he like that in person? Probably not. You know, but it got viewers to look and listen.
Yeah. Good point. On the business side, have you changed anything with your format as far as your offerings? Have you pushed the boundaries and tried to use social for that? Or
I do see like specials, like I'll promote specials on social media. Like I'll take a picture of it, a video of me cooking. I don't know if you saw any of those videos. And the people come, it's unreal. Like I don't have to advertise. Like I just have to put that up. Oh, I'm making this, we call it chicken palm Italiano. It's got fried chicken cutlet, sauteed tomatoes with garlic and oil, put it right on the top of the chicken cutlet with a scoop of burrata. You can't believe how fast it sells. It's just nuts. Just for me having that audience now.
Right.
And the viewership is just it's just wild.
How far do to your knowledge, some customers come to see? Do they drive a bit, instead of just Syosset, Woodbury, Jericho?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple that comes once a month for dinner from New Jersey since I've been doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And obviously they're passing a lot of places.
They are. It's flattering. I'll be honest with you. It's flattering,
Wow.
And I try to take the time and talk to them, and work at the same time.
Right.
You don't want to just like be like, that guy's an asshole,
That's amazing.
He does these videos. We went there for dinner. He didn't even recognize us, You got to be good.
You going to collaborate with Don on anything?
We've done a bunch of collaborations.
Already?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I got a friend for life with Don. He's just a really nice guy.
I feel like we've known him for.
Yeah, I think naturally he just like you feel like he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's just such a good soul.
Yeah.
Even my wife said it. She's like, you know what? Since you've been doing social media, I met a lot of people. A lot. I've been on Z100, Elvis Duran show.
Wow.
I've been all over the place. She's like, that's the realest guy you met. She's like, he's such a real guy, and he really is. He's just such a down-to-earth sweetheart.
Definitely a shout out to Don. He actually just helped us support the outing by giving out some cupcakes. It was cool.
He's a sweetheart. He really is. I can't say enough good about him. I texted him today. I told him about the newspaper that was looking to do something with me, and he just sent me like such a nice message. I'm like, wow, thanks, Don.
Yeah,
it just makes you feel so nice.
Genuine. Yeah.
So I guess transitioning to giving back, that you've been very involved in whether it was Barstool.
That was wild.
Pizza Strong. 3 times, right?
3 times.
A founder of the Pizza Strong Foundation.
Yep.
Maybe you could
co-founder. Yeah. So I was doing something for mental illness. My brother-in-law passed away from mental illness about 10 years ago.
Sorry.
Thank you. And he was my son's favorite uncle. So my son was going to graduate high school this particular year. It was about 2-3 years ago. And I was like, let me do like a scholarship in his name. Uh-huh. It's my son's graduation. He'll be a proud kid. His dad's doing this thing. So I started this fundraiser. Lunch, it was a dinner special, like $25, chicken palm. It was like $75 worth of food. But I just wanted to give it away, get tons of people in to buy.
Raise money.
I think I sold like 600 of them.
Wow.
The place was insane, so busy. So, but before doing the actual event, my son was on that bus that the Farmingdale marching band accident. Yeah. So I was going to, even though I was promoting this thing for the mental illness, I was going to pull back and use that money for the families of the victims of the bus crash. So within hours of this happening, I said to my wife, I think I'm gonna change the charity. She's like, you can't do that. People have already pre-ordered this for mental illness. If somebody lost somebody from mental illness, they're gonna be mad that you're pulling it and doing something else. So I called up Jim, Jim from Serpico Bread. Now it was Side Hustle.
Yeah.
Very good friend of mine. I said, Jim, this, and that. He's like, well, you've always spoke to me about gathering all the pizzerias together. He's like, let's put our heads together and do that. Let's get Alyssa involved from Dine LI. She's got a huge following. So we called her up. Before my son even came home from upstate where the accident happened, this was all going on the phone, like literally within hours.
Wow.
So we decided to put this thing together called Long Island Pizza Strong, which we did, and we donated $5 for every pie sold. I think we had 147 pizzerias.
Right.
And everybody, it was just a great event. I mean, you were there. It was unreal.
Yeah. We were proud to support.
You made a great donation. Thank you again.
Of course.
I mean, we had the politicians there. It was just wild. It was actually wild. Remind me to get back to the politician story. But
so your son was actually on the bus.
He was on the bus behind the one that crashed.
He was a band member.
Yeah, he was in his senior year of school. And it was nice. I raised the money, and and I got to say the truth. Don't make me forget this politician story, by the way. So I get a call from Saladino's office. This isn't the story. A couple weeks before he was like getting reelected or something like that. He's like, oh, I want to invite you to my my swearing in ceremony. I really haven't told anybody this because, it was just something really nice that he did. And I'm really not one to brag, but I think I should share this with people. He's like, I want you to come to my swearing in. So I'm like, all right. He's like, bring your family. There's going to be an after party at 317 Main. It's going to be at the Howard Middle School, Farmingdale. All right. Here's Brian's phone number. Brian's his communication director. Communicate with him. We're going to have seats ready for you. So me and my family go there. We sit down. So I text Brian. I said, oh, Brian, I'm here. Oh, where are you? I'm in row 13. I'll be right there. Comes to row 13. No. We got a special seat for you. Okay. I go sit down in the front row. Like all the big politicians are behind me. Like I'm talking about like big congressmen and stuff like that. Pete King. I'm like, why are these guys all behind me? So they, all the people get up that are getting sworn in. And Saladino gets up. He's like, listen, I got to tell you something. He goes, this town was a mess before I took it over. And I took it over and I turned it around. We're in a surplus rather than a negative thing. He goes, and he starts telling a story about a guy that owns a pizzeria. And I'm like, oh my God, like all the blood is rushing out of my fucking body. He's like, this guy that I became very good friends with has a pizzeria, and he's telling the whole story about what I did for the Farmingdale community. And he's like, I want this guy to stand up. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like hitting my wife's leg. I'm like, do you believe this? Like, I can't stand up. My legs are like jelly. So I got the strength to stand up, and the whole place like gave me like a standing ovation. It was like, wow, beautiful, really beautiful. I'm going to get choked up right now. But it was really unbelievable. Like, very nice that he thanked me that way. And we were still friendly. I see him all the time, and he's just a great guy. And the story about the politician is he actually called me yesterday, Joe. He's like, Joe, Anthony, I just want to let you know I'm being driven around from place to place with my security guard, and all I'm doing is watching your videos. He's like, you are a superstar. Keep doing what you're doing. I love you. You're doing such great things. Nice. And he's just such a great guy. But I couldn't believe that this whole place erupted like that when they heard this story. It was just beautiful.
That's nice.
Well, you're gonna get what'll happen now though is like once election season comes around, all those guys are gonna be reaching out to you because you have such a huge following.
Oh my God!
That's the other thing of where people are gonna look at good guys and bad, right? Yes. You're gonna get both sides. Where at least Saladino you knew was someone from before you became viral. So you're going to be like, yeah, I'll do videos for you, no problem.
So the funny thing is, you had mentioned to me the other day, we're going to get him on the show. You mentioned Gus from the Embassy Diner.
Oh, yeah. He's always doing that.
We went to his 9/11 ceremony last week. He invited me. He's a very good friend. It's like my brother. So
less hair.
Yeah, definitely. So I said to him, I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, Saladino's going to be here. All these people are going to be here. I'm so excited. We're sitting down eating. Then I see it's starting to get busy. We go outside. And everybody was coming. So I saw Saladino outside. Guy's the best. I said, Joe, can you do me a favor? He goes, what? I said, I really want to meet Bruce Blakeman. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. As soon as he gets here. Bruce Blakeman comes like in an entourage. It was crazy. It was the day that guy got shot in the neck. It was crazy. So the security, there was There was 1,000 police officers there. Like aviation was there. It was just nuts. So Blakeman gets out of his SUV. He's got security everywhere. Saladino goes right up to him and he waves him over. He's like, I want you to meet somebody. He takes one look at me. He's like, oh my God, this guy? He goes, I see this guy all over the place. And let me tell you, Bruce Blakeman is a very, very, very nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
I've met him through a family friend that works with him.
I wouldn't even consider these guys politicians. You know, they're just nice people. You know?
Right. Is it different today going to the supermarket or the gas station? Like, I mean, do people just instantly know who you are?
Yeah.
Let's say at least local, Massapequa area.
Yeah. So quick story for you. My family and I went to Curacao over the summer. So it's sick. Everywhere I go, it's nuts. So we go to this bar. It's in the middle of the town. We're sitting there having a drink. It's in the middle of the square. There's people everywhere. So I see behind the bar, I see a guy with a pizza oven. It's like a regular bar restaurant. I didn't know they made pizza. So I said to the bartender, I'm like, oh, wow, you guys got a pizza oven back there? He goes, yeah, we make, bar pies. I was like, oh, cool. So he's like looking at me. He goes, Philip? I'm like, no, my name's Anthony. He's like, Philip's in Syosset? I'm like, no, Anthony. He's like, yeah. So I take out the Instagram. He takes out his phone, shows me the Instagram account. This guy freaking follows me. He recognized me in Curacao.
Wow.
Not an American worker in Curacao.
Yeah, right.
Somebody, a native
Curacao.
of that country recognized me.
That's the power of social media.
Absolutely crazy. I can't tell you how often I get recognized. It's not annoying, believe me. I know I see a lot of these people that are very popular. They get upset. I understand some people want their privacy. Listen, I'm on the video. I'm doing all these things. I got nothing to hide. I'm all out there. So I'm happy. It's bringing in customers, and I just love it.
It's too funny.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's a real thing, and just to give you some backdrop. I mean, Vin is technical and social and all that as far as like his like knowledge, and I'm catching on, and it's certainly been fun, and you hear stories like this, you go, holy shit, like how does that happen? But it just happens so fast.
You have to promote your business on social media. If you don't promote your business on social media, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. You have to, because it's only going to get bigger, and there's only going to be something else after this. So if you lose this, you're going to lose them. It's just going to deteriorate. You're killing your business.
Like you said earlier, you got to be different, right? Like so many restaurants, their idea of social media posting is like posting the same dish over and over again, pictures.
Nobody wants to see a picture of your chicken parm. Yeah, because you know what? Every restaurant that's Italian makes the same chicken parm. Yeah. We're all using the same cheese. We're all using the same sauce. I say it all the time. They're all the same. People want to see experience, what they're going to experience, and they want to see personality. Yeah. I saw this guy on Instagram. He's like a business guru. He does these seminars. He was speaking on stage one day, and you guys could take out your phones and look right now if you want. He said to everybody in the audience, there was probably 25,000 people in the audience. He goes, I want everybody here right now to take out their phone and go on Red Bull's Instagram account. Everybody takes out their phone. Tell me if you see anybody drinking a Red Bull on their page. He's like, you will not see one person drinking a Red Bull, because Red Bull does not promote their product that way. They promote like people jumping off of a mountain or bicycling or diving in the water. They just promote crazy. That's what people want to see. And that was another thing that really pushed me. It was between me thinking that the business needed a reality show and seeing this guy talk about social media that way, that really nobody wants to see my food. Yeah, it's nice to throw a post in there once in a while, like I said about that chicken dish that we saw a lot of. You have to throw stuff in there once in a while. It's not going to get 1 million views. It's probably going to get like 100,000, maybe 200,000. But, you have to throw it out there because it's your business. But really, people don't want to see that.
Yeah, and the main goal at the end of the day, and I say this to Mike, is that you have to build the brand so that eventually, as times continue to change, people are using Google less.
Yeah.
Right? They're using, whether it's Alexa, ChatGPT, that if you're going to go, hey, Alexa, like, order me a pizza from somewhere near Syosset, you want that prompt to call Phil's.
Yeah. And doesn't Google switch to AI also? Like Googled.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing. And now it's like you want to be top of the list based on voice more than keystrokes, right? And the more you build the brand, the more that's going to register in the algorithm of being that go-to place. Because at the end of the day, it's nice to have 21 million views, but you want to sell more pizza and you want to build more revenue.
You can have as many views as you want, but
doesn't matter.
You want to bring people through the door.
Exactly.
And it doesn't happen overnight with social media. Like, I didn't immediately, the first video that I did, like I was saying, I got like 35 million views. That didn't immediately bring people through the door. It's just consistently doing it for a long period of time. It took a while before I started seeing like an uptick in business. It wasn't a month, it wasn't 2 months, and it wasn't even 6 months. I would say it was like 9 months to a year before I really started seeing the droves of people coming in.
Yeah, because it could be 34 million of the 35 million that liked your video aren't even in a drivable distance of Syosset.
No.
Right? Like you said, the guy from Curacao, that's great.
Yeah.
He's never
going to be my customer, but he follows me, you know?
Yeah.
It's
but in order for it to register of where it actually hits those households within your geographical area, it takes time.
Yeah. And you got to be consistent at it. You have to do it every day. It's like you brush your teeth. You got to do this every day. You have to.
Do you feel like you're going to I know you say you jot down on a notepad. Do you feel like running out of content is ever going to be?
Never. I'll never run out of content, just all day. Every single customer is a different experience. And the next time that person comes in, it's a different experience. It's wild. I wear the shirt that says, I'm not Phil. I got this guy that comes in. Hey, Phil, how are you? I'm like, good. He goes, hey, Phil, can I get a regular size? Yeah, sure. I put it in the oven. How's it going, Phil? Good. Hey, Phil, can I get a soda? Yeah, sure. What size? Yeah, give me a large, Phil. This guy calls me Phil 18 times every time he comes in. It's the most unbelievable thing. You can't believe it. It's just, I want to make a video about this guy. Maybe this will be the video. But, it's just wild. Every single customer I could do something with.
We laugh just I want to say being somewhat tied. His family's been in the restaurant business, my family as well. And I just sit down and I observe what's going on at other tables. And I'm just like, how the hell do people work in this industry and not lose their mind?
Yeah, I had a guy that ate dinner last night. So I left about 8 o'clock. My son closed up at the other Anthony. My son comes home. He always tells me the stories, stuff that I missed for the 2 hours.
So he's giving you some content.
Last night, for some reason, he's had his girlfriend coming in from out of town, so he wasn't in the mood to talk. He wanted to go to bed. He had to pick her up from the airport at 5 o'clock. So I didn't know about the story. So my wife comes to me at about 12 o'clock. She goes, there's a guy on the phone that said he got sauce on his pants and he wants us to pay for his cleaning bill. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, no. I'm like, it's got to be a joke. She's like, no, it's not. So we asked the waiter what happened. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, the guy grabbed the plate out of my hand and the sauce dripped off because he grabbed it out of my hand. He goes, I brought him some salsa. We wiped it. He goes, there was nothing there. So this guy's telling my wife on the phone that he wants between $6 and $7 to get his pants cleaned. I'm like, is he kidding me? I felt like picking up the phone and being like, listen, it's the cost of going out to dinner and grabbing the plate out of a waiter's hand. So I said to my wife, you know what? Bargain with him. Tell him we'll give him $5 off his next bill. So she told him, we'll give you $5. The guy was happy as a pig and shit.
Yeah. People just want to.
Oh, my God.
Like I tell Mike all the time, I used to, when I first graduated college, I started a valet parking company with 2 of my friends. And the phone calls we used to get with that.
Yeah.
Who stole the little chrome caps off the wheel.
Yeah.
Umbrellas were missing in the trunk.
Yeah.
Drugs, jewelry.
Yeah. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's amazing that they don't videotape these cars now because I'm sure these companies are taking a bath. I know, like when you bring your car in for service, I bring my car in for service. There's a guy with a video camera. Yeah. He must spend 10 minutes videotaping my car inside and out.
Just to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because the first, it's like, I want to say you're missing something from your house. Who's the first person that gets blamed? The cleaning people, right? Same thing with the car as the valet.
My father works for Rally Motors. Mm-hmm. He's like, you ever want to get your car painted for free? Bring it. If it has a scratch on it, bring it to Rally for service. Just tell them it happened when it was there. He's like, they don't want any bad publicity. They'll paint your whole car for you. Really?
You might not be thrilled with that trick being out in the world.
We used to get people like, I had 7 quarters in my ashtray. Now there's 4.
Yeah.
Like the craziest stories.
Yeah.
And that's just probably multiplied by 100 in your world.
Car washes probably go through hell too.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
Anthony, who else out there is feeding off of you. Like I think you're friendly with the guys in a different area, Crispy.
Oh God, those guys are like my brothers.
They're like your friends.
Very good friends.
And they do a lot. Did they learn that from you? Or
they're huge. They do like completely different stuff than me.
Yeah.
So they messaged me last year through I didn't know at the time, but the guy Freddie, who's one of the brothers.
Yep.
He's got, I think, Tony, Vinny, and Freddie. There was a fourth brother. He passed away a few years ago, I learned. They're such nice guys. I met them in Vegas this year for the pizza convention. Show. All of them nice. Oh my God, like sweethearts. Like you don't want to leave when you're with these guys. That's how nice they are. Like another Don, another Cake Don.
Right.
So they messaged me last year and they're like, hey, listen, would you be interested in collaborating on a video? At the time, I had about 50,000 followers. I was like, yeah, definitely. It took a couple of months to get it together. They're busy, I'm busy. So I went to Brooklyn. I met them. We did the video. The video was fantastic. But we became very close. Like, we've met for dinner a few times and, they've come out here. We've gone by them. I can't even tell you, like, how genuine these guys are. I can't say it enough. But they do more like, they talk about their family history, which is beautiful. It's so nice.
Started the business, right?
Yeah, like the other day, they started a video with the three brothers. They did like a competition, who made the best pizza.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was telling my wife, I'm like, oh my God, look how nice these boys get along. I hope to God our sons, one day would be like with each other the way they are. They're just sweethearts, really. They blew up. And his son, Joe, who I talked to actually more than I talked to the owner, he's like, he's probably like 30.
He's the one behind the
He runs
the
social media, man. He's a shark. He's good.
Yeah.
We talk a lot and we do trade things with each other.
And Gus too. Do you help him or he's got his own thing?
Gus has somebody that does it for him. He's not really too technical. I don't even think he has social media himself. I mean, I don't have it personally. I just have it for the business. I don't even want to know anybody I graduated high school with. You know how that goes.
They're coming to see you anyway.
Well, now they want to talk to me because I'm popular. Back then, they didn't want to know who Anthony was. Now everybody wants to know Anthony. But
I thought your name was Phil.
But Gus doesn't. He's got a guy that does it.
Yeah.
But he does different stuff. Yeah. I mean, everybody's doing different stuff. You got to find your niche, and when you figure out what your niche is and what works, you got to just stick with it, which is what I did.
That's cool.
And have you seen, I guess the revenue increase substantially from doing the social media?
It's definitely busier for sure. I mean, it's not like a line out the door, but it's definitely bringing in people. It's becoming like a destination spot almost. Mm-hmm. Some guy and his wife came in yesterday for lunch. He introduced himself to me. I recognized him. He's like, oh, we used to live here. We moved away 10 years ago. He's like, we wanted to come here for lunch. We were in town. We moved to Virginia or Florida, wherever he moved, somewhere down south. He's like, we had to come here just for the nostalgic. Like, it was like, they were like blown away by like, everything that's going on. We have this whole photo area set up now with like a neon sign that says Phil's of Syosset.
Okay.
Everybody wants to take a picture. And I take picture with everybody. I always post it. I ask them permission. Can I post this picture? Everybody so far has said yes. Actually, one guy said no because I don't know if he had a girlfriend that he was with. I don't know. But something like that. But I didn't post this picture.
The guy at the Coldplay concert.
Something like that. It might have been him. Maybe he came to Syosset first.
Caught twice.
Yeah.
Twice in 1 week.
The people, it's definitely bringing in people.
And I know you said earlier, like, you're in there all the time. But what is relaxing to you? What when you are not in the shop, what do you do? Do you guys travel as a family? I know it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but the place in this world where I feel most comfortable is in that restaurant. Like, I just feel when I'm in that place and behind the counter where you see me like doing these videos, that's my comfort zone. And my house. But it just feels it feels like my home. It really does. We try to do as much as we can, with the family. The kids are getting older. They don't want to hang out with us anymore.
Sure.
So it's getting harder. We just took a vacation. Like I said, we went to Curacao. I don't know. I said to my wife, this could be our last like family trip, Who knows? I'm hoping it's not.
Yeah.
But we invited them all to come to Vegas next year to the pizza convention. And they don't want to come.
Is the pizza convention asking you to do anything in that capacity with social media or not yet?
Not yet, but I got like a little perk from the CEO of MGM Grand. He gave me like a little perk when I went this past year. He hooked me up with this whole VIP thing, which is insane. I think his last name is Buckwald or something like that. And I emailed him, told him I was coming. I told him about my following. I'm bringing a photographer. I said, if there's anything you could do for me to enhance my experience, I'd appreciate it. And he did. He really enhanced it, let me tell you. He did all this VIP stuff for me. It was pretty wild. But the pizza convention, you know, Polio actually did the right thing with me. And they gave me and my wife tickets to get in. We didn't have to pay.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got to give them a plug. Polio, mozzarella, you know, they did the right thing.
Nice.
You would think, like, you know, the pizza convention, right? Their goal should be new age ways of working, and you know, you should be on their radar because other guys that own pizzeria like you're interesting to understand, like how does it work, right? At the end, I think at the end of the day, all of these videos come back to you have to be raw and authentic, right? Like you said, like the three brothers, you know, you can't fake that. No. You know, you can't go there with a script and be like, we're going to do this, we're going to make believe we're all friendly, and then the camera turns off and then beating the shit out of each other. You know, it comes through on camera whether you think it does or not. It does.
I got contacted a couple of weeks ago by this newsletter. It's called Pizza Weekly.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm going to get contacted by the people from the Pizza Expo convention, whatever they call it, because this is just like a lead-in, I'm sure. So they sent me this thing. Would you be interested in filling out this questionnaire? It's 20 questions. How'd you start in the business? So I filled out the thing. Then they sent me like another thing. Who knows? It could be like a headhunter for something else. You never know. So I try to do whatever I can to expose the business. So I filled the whole thing out, and then they emailed me back that they're going to write like a whole story about the place and like pretty much like what we talked about today, everything and how I got started and the whole Dave Portnoy aspect of it. And, you know, we'll see. So I joined their newsletter, but I'm sure this is like a lead-in for the pizza convention. I'm sure they're going to want me to do something. I mean, all the people that I met there, it was like, you know, that guy Al Fenza?
Yeah.
He does like social media stuff. Yeah. I'm pretty friendly with him. He told me last year, he's like, oh my God, Anthony, when you go to the pizza convention, he's like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be like Elvis walked through the room. I'm like, he always like, he's a great guy. And he tells me so many good things about me. I'm like, I can't be this nice. It can't be that I'm such a nice guy. But he was right, man. When I freaking walked in there, it's like, you know, when the needle goes across the record, it was insane. All these people walking up to me, nuts, that loved the videos and people from all over the country.
Yeah, because it's relatable, right? Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it's that you were able to convey and say all the things that they were either scared to, didn't have, you know, the gumption to really go ahead and do it because, you know, I'm sure some people still watch your videos and they go like, I can't believe this guy's saying that. I know. I reached out to a guy that I know is a very good customer. He's a DJ. He's always asking me stuff about social media. Sweetheart guy. I called him on the way here and I said, oh my God, I have an idea for a video. Let's do a collaboration together. He was like flattered that I asked him to do a collaboration. But I said, listen, his name is Dan. I'm like, Dan, I was I still feel like a breadcrumb, but I was even a smaller breadcrumb than I am now. And I used to reach out to people. I reached out to so many people for help. Even when we were doing those fundraisers, there's a guy that's huge on social media. I will never mention his name. He's huge. He's the biggest guy out there. I reached out to this guy just for a little plug when we were doing one of those fundraisers. This guy never answered me back. I was so mad. And I was like, you know what? I will never be like that. I will help anybody out. And I said to this guy, Dan, I just want to help other people. Like I want to promote other businesses. I'm not just about me. Yeah. I want to do stuff with other people. And another guy I reached out to, I won't mention his name also, he's got another big page. I said, hey, I'm doing this thing for this thing and this and that. He messages me back. He goes, I'd love to help, but we charge for that. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's what this guy said to me. We charge for that.
You know, because the same thing, even with Crystal, sometimes we're talking about guests and we're like, hey, sometimes it's good to get the point of view of an influencer, like like an Al or one of these other guys. And some of the people call back and they're like, yeah, it's going to be like $1,000 for me to come there. And I'm like,
I have never taken a nickel from any. You look at all the collaborations I've done, I've never taken a nickel from anybody, ever.
But like Don put, like when we were talking to Cake Don, you know, he said the same thing. He's like, I'm not going to pay one of these guys because the same thing is that their reach, they might have 5 million, you know, followers, but where are those 5 million followers?
Exactly.
Right. And then you talk about other people, like you talk about, you know, Alyssa from like Dine LI, who's like the most will do anything and generous, and has built this great page, because again, authentic, right? Like no one's paying her to do things. Yeah. She built this page just as a community. But then you get these guys that are like, they think they're hot shit because they have 2 million followers. And
I look at it like this. I have a business. My business is a pizzeria restaurant. That's where I make my money. This social media enhances my business. Yeah. It brings people in. It brings more people in. It exposes my business. I don't need to take I do need $200. Believe me, I'm not going to take $200 and throw it in the garbage, but I don't want somebody's $200 to make a video with them. It's gonna bring 200 people to my restaurant potentially, or 300 or 500, whatever their viewership is. If it's 10,000, if it's 5,000, if it's 100,000, that's more exposure for my business.
Sure.
How can I take money for that?
Yeah.
I'm exposing my business.
Yeah, and I think it just comes back to the person, just upbringing, values, seeing it, getting it, and giving back, right? Yeah. The way of the world will find its way in a good way, and if you're the other way, it's probably going to find you in a negative capacity. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
It's nice it's refreshing to hear, and I think it's definitely a commonality of guests where you just seem like everybody wants to just give back, especially in the hospitality community.
Yeah.
And when there's tragedy, those that really get it, just step up and do the right thing, and they find value in other ways, and sometimes it's just self-fulfilling. So
it does feel great to help people. Like, I'm sure you guys feel the same way, like to help somebody out, even if it's just holding a door open or helping somebody do anything. It's just,
common decency. Yeah.
I mean, that's how we were raised. I mean, that's how I was raised. I'm sure you guys were raised just the same. Yeah. I wasn't raised in a barn.
That's right.
Sometimes now it's like you hold the door open and people are like,
why aren't you thanking me for holding the door for me? I'm like,
I know.
Wow.
You can't even beep your horn anymore. Yeah. You're going to beep your horn to tell some guy he's going to drive into the Saudi and he gets mad.
Or you beep the horn of the car in front of you and they get mad because they're looking at,
right.
They're watching your videos on their phone while they're
I'm looking at Anthony from Phil's Pizza. And
everybody's so wound up. Really. People got to relax a little bit. Yeah. Watch my videos and relax.
Like you talk about, like, obviously you're in the pizza business, but obviously having a social media following and viral capacity of it is that, is there monetization on those videos now for you? I guess I know it.
Not yet.
It's very contingent on like which platform you're on, and sometimes it's better to be on one, not the other.
I feel like the people that are making money on these videos, like other businesses, like they're not like willing to share like how they monetize. It's like everybody's like hush hush about it.
Cryptic by nature.
Yeah. Right? So I signed up for the Facebook. You could do monetization on Facebook. I just recently signed up the other day, so I don't know where it's going to bring me. I heard, like through the grapevine of the social media circuit, that once you start monetization, it brings you on a different algorithm, and you're not going to get the same views, because obviously they're not going to give you 20 million views if they have to pay you a penny a view. Let's just say, use that as a number. So they're going to change your algorithm so you get less views. So I started the monetization. It's only been what's today, the 17th? So it's only been 17 days. So we'll see. I don't know, But like, I don't know if it's going to be pennies, dollars, hundreds. I have no idea. I know Instagram doesn't do it anymore. People that were monetized from like I think they stopped in 2022 or 2023. There are people that are grandfathered in for that. TikTok pays very well. I heard those people.
YouTube, I think. Right?
YouTube. Oh my God, YouTube's a tough nut to crack.
But it's tough because it's a different type of video.
It's completely different because YouTube's, you got to actually subscribe. Not some people do charge money, but like I only have 3,000 followers on YouTube, which is nothing compared to what I have on the other platforms. So people literally have to subscribe, and then it's like all shorts. Like you're not laying in bed at night. I mean, I am. You're not laying in bed at night like going through like YouTube shorts. Like I like watching stuff like that, but not everybody's like that. People like to go on TikTok. They find out how to do stuff at home, or how to like all remedies for this or that, or backache. And that's what people are looking at.
Yeah, there's like short form, which is like under 15 seconds. Yeah. And then there's like 15 seconds to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's longer, right? YouTube is more of that You know?
It is. Like this video right here, this could be like an hour long.
Yeah.
Very few people are going to watch the entire hour.
Yeah.
People that are really interested are going to watch the whole hour.
And other ones will
Otherwise, it's all about the clips, the shorts, 30 seconds. All right, this 40 seconds for that.
Peak the interest.
Some people don't even like, like I had a family member that's like, I love the clips. Like, how do I watch the full thing? You know, because it's, how do you take them from, you know, Instagram into whether it's Spotify or YouTube? You know, people are, again, it's like, they're so used to just the scroll, right? Like, and, you know, for them to have to go to a different link or a different app is like beyond what they're capable of.
But Instagram is wild. Let me tell you, you could touch, it allowed you to touch so many people that you never would have been able to touch before. Like some stand-up comedian called me up yesterday. He was like, oh my God, I love your stuff. As I'm talking to him, I'm Googling his name. Sure enough, the guy's a stand-up comedian. But like my friend Sil, he does like, he's a pharmaceutical rep, but he does like little comedy stuff. He's been in a few of my videos. You know who he is if I showed you the video. He had Chris Rock DM him a couple months ago. Chris Rock saw one of his videos and DM'd him. So he thought it was BS. He's like, I'm not writing this guy back. It's fake account. A couple of days later, he gets another DM. The guy's like, hey man, this is Chris Rock. Give me your phone number. Gives the phone number. Chris Rock called him up. They ended up going out to lunch the next day in the city.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? Like it's just allowed, especially
it's mind blowing.
Me, it's like I could potentially touch somebody. Yeah. I could send a celebrity a DM and maybe they're going to read it and maybe they're going to respond to me. Some rapper liked one of my videos the other day. So I screenshot the like and I circled it and I posted it on my story. He wrote back to me. I was like, thanks for the like, and I just put a heart. And he wrote back to me. He's like, you're welcome. I love your stuff. Like, and that was it. That's as far as it went. But you never know. It's social media.
That's cool.
Anything's possible.
Do you ever watch, Nick Casano? He does these skits, and he often does pizza ones where he takes it's a towel, so it looks like he's
that guy's hilarious.
You know what I'm talking about? I laugh at it all the time because hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
And he's in there and he's making his faces, and it's just so relatable, especially he comes Italian background, and I just laugh and the bagels, and he's like, and he makes all these faces, and
hilarious.
You laugh, but it's guys in the business. Can't not get a kick out of it.
No, it's awesome. Like I don't think I'm funny. Honestly, I don't think I'm funny. I don't think I could ever go in front of a crowd and entertain 25,000 people and make them laugh.
That's tough.
I couldn't do that. I'm not that funny. But
like, making fun of something that is relatable is very funny.
Exactly. I'm telling a story. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
I'm flipping the story and I'm telling you how I would like to react.
Yeah.
But I was watching I love comedy. I like to laugh. I was watching Dave Chappelle the other night. I was watching one of his videos, and he was answering questions. The crowd was answering, asking him questions. He was answering, and the guy was saying something about comedy. The guy was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about becoming a comedian." So Dave Chappelle answered him back. He's like, "The thing about comedy is you got to remember," and this goes with like anything in life. And I really thought about like what I'm doing with Instagram. Like once you start, you can't stop. That's it. You got to keep going. Like he's like, keep going if you want to be a comic. Don't ever stop. Just keep doing your comedy. And the same thing like with this, like you can't stop.
Right.
It's just blowing up like in proportions that I can't even imagine. It's just nuts. I had a guy that's from Naples. He calls me today. He's like, hey, I'm in the States. I'm literally 10 minutes away from you. He does all this comedy stuff. He's hilarious. He's like, I'm down the block on Westbury. That's why I texted you to see what time to get here. He's like, I can come there at 1:30. I'm like, I can't. I got to leave here at 1:30. He's like, oh my God, I don't know the next time I'm going to be around, this and that. So we exchanged phone numbers a couple of days ago because he told me he was going to be in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I thought he was leaving tomorrow. Possibly we're going to hook up tomorrow, but he's leaving today. So I was telling my father-in-law on the way here, I'm like, oh, this guy from Naples contacted me. He wanted me to do some video with him, some content, but I told him we had to go. It's almost nice to be able to say no to people at this point, which I hate to do.
Right.
Mm. But, I can't do last minute stuff like that. I already said I would be here, and that's the end of the story. I'm a man of my word.
It really is just amazing that, again, not to take away from your craft, but, owning a pizzeria and taking it to a level through social media is just awesome. So,
yeah, listen, the world needs successful people.
Yeah.
Successful people spend money. Successful people use payroll. Successful people go out to dinner. They feed me. They feed you. Like, there's no reason to ever be jealous over somebody's success. They're feeding. It's how the world works.
Yeah.
You know, really. I'll tell you a quick payroll story. So I use ADP. I had this woman delivering my payroll once a week. So she comes in one day, she delivers the thing in the envelope, all the paychecks. She's like, hey, can I get a regular slice? Yeah, sure, no problem. I put it in the oven, comes out, I put it in the bag. At the time, the slice was $3. I'm like, $3. She goes, wow, I can't believe you're actually charging me for this slice of pizza. I said, why is that? She's like, I deliver your paychecks once a week. I'm like, let me explain to you how the world works. You come here, you spend $3. I take that $3 and I pay my workers. And I also pay you and I pay the payroll company. That's how the world works. You come in here, you pay when you leave. You believe that? This is what people expect.
Wow. That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, I guess when you walk around and don't have expectations like that, but are so appreciative if the gesture was made like, hey, I got this, or, you know, there's moments where we go, hey, you know what? We got it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way of the world, and it comes back in other ways.
It's got to come from your heart if you want to do something for free, right? If you want to do something for free for one of your customers, it should come from your heart, not their heart. That's the way I look at it.
Crazy.
Yeah, we always laugh, right? Because, you know, part of sales, and, you know, we sell B2B for the most part, right? You know, sometimes they don't realize that I'm like, you're also a business owner. The questions that you're asking me, you never want to ask them yourself.
Oh, yeah.
From your other vendors about discounts, free, you know, oh, can you do this for me this time? Like, just like I wouldn't walk into your restaurant going, hey, I know you buy this chicken for $1.99 a pound. Like, that's the price I want.
Exactly.
Like, you know, sometimes you just go, like, they forget, you know, because they're sitting on the other side of the table and they fail to realize what, you know, like, you're also a business owner. You're just like I am.
Yeah.
You know, to ask a question that sometimes I go, I would never ask another business owner that question, because I get it. Sometimes you have to throw it back in their face of being like, well, what would you do in this situation?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you know what?
I know.
Like, you know, Mike Pantano's Deli, multiple locations.
He's been in my store.
He was a guest, and he said, I always treat everything, I'm a consumer first, and I want to deliver the best experience I can. But if you think about it, like, we're all consumers, and, you know, we happen to sit on the business side as well. So it's really the right way to think about it, versus, you know, someone like, all they're doing is chopping down and go, hey, you want someone to come in and just chop down everything and go, hey, I'll give you 5 cents for a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, you know? So you have to be open-minded to it.
I got this friend of mine, he's in business. He's not in the restaurant business, he's in the jewelry business. So he's a very well-known guy in the industry. So one day this guy comes in for lunch. No. He goes, oh, well, I'm friends with so-and-so. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine too. So he bought like a hero or something like that. He hadn't paid yet. I was like, don't worry about it. He goes, no. I said, no, don't worry about it. You sure? I said, yeah, don't worry about it. Just tell him I said hello when you see him. So that guy calls me up that night. He goes, Anthony, when somebody mentions my name, charge them triple. He goes, if they mention my name on the way out, that's a real man. If somebody mentions my name first, that means they want something for free. You charge them triple.
Yeah.
And that happened to me recently because somebody that I know went out to a restaurant and they mentioned my name on the way in. So they left whatever they ate. They didn't call me. But the owner texted me and he says, hey, I just want to let you know I met whoever he met. They introduced themselves to me. I said, oh, great. He goes, yeah, I sent them out some maps. They liked everything. I said, oh, good. He goes, by the way, I didn't give him a check. I just want to let you know. Okay. That's when it hurt. It hit me in the stomach so bad that what my friend said about charge them triple, because they went there with the intention of getting free food.
Yeah.
Really. Let's mention Anthony's name. Let's get free food. You want to mention my name, mention it on the way out after you've paid.
Yeah.
It's true. We do, like, you know, we
all
have
the time.
Family. Like, I have a cousin that owns a restaurant. Like, you know, we have friends, and, you know, we'll try to, like, sneak in when they're not there and not tell them.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Because it's like, I go, I don't want to come here if you're not going to charge me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not coming here to get free food, but, like, you want to give me a discount, you want to send out, like you said, a free dessert.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
fine.
I get it, like where you say, like if I go into a client, you know, and I eat dinner there, you know, I won't say anything, or I'll say, oh, tell tell Joey, I say, that Vinny came in. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, then they're like, oh shit, I probably should have not have charged them. But I don't mind it though, because I'm not here to get free food.
The owner will say, why didn't you say anything? Because I didn't want you to buy me anything. I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
And, listen, it's just, when you lead with that, there's an intention of like, oh, maybe it's going to be for free. But when you go afterward, it's a gentleman thing to do and say, hey, say so-and-so was here and you paid the bill. You know?
And then you get other people that are like, take the surf and turf.
Yeah, mooches. Those are mooches. That's what those people are. Oh my God, the worst.
Crab meat cocktail.
I leave it on the table. If that happens to me, I leave it on the table. I leave what I think the bill should have been on the table. The waiter's going to take it.
That's what I do too.
Yeah. The waiter's going to make the money that night. That's what's going to happen. I hate it when they do that. I got a few friends of mine. That's why I hate going to their places, because they don't make me pay. But I just limit it to not go there as much, because I feel bad.
Yeah. But Anthony, thank you.
No, my pleasure for coming. Thanks for having me.
A lot of fun, and keep at it.
I'm not stopping.
Continued success to you and your family.
Same to you guys. Really.
Thank you.